Hello, my name is Dr. Daniel Feldman. I'd like to describe for you in this video the events that occurred during my tenancy at 884 14th Street in San Francisco, belonging to the building belonging to Linda Steinhoff Holmes and the upstairs neighbor, James Severance, and his upstairs neighbor, Reggie Snowden. I had been experiencing harassment from all of these individuals, particularly with my power being turned off over and over. I thought it was harassment because I had placed over 20 notices of violation on the building after they failed to respond to any request for repairs, some of them including carbon monoxide leak and a lead paint and fire coming out of the furnace. So they began, I thought, to retaliate by turning off my power. What I was about to find and discover, with the help of PG&E and reported by PG&E, as well as licensed electrician by Bay Electric, as you'll see in this video, energy theft.
So what I'm looking at here, we're in the garage. Do you mind if I record you? All right. Okay. So I'm sitting here in the garage, and we are looking at my fuse box here. So here is a line that comes up, or comes down out of my fuse box right there. I'm gonna follow this over.
The middle one.
Yep. Oh. Yep. It goes up here. There's three in the middle, and we go into the garage. So we go into the garage. We notice here's the middle one. Here's where I am here. There was a light over here before that, and I have to figure it out now. Whoops. Okay. Where is it? This one? Oh, there it is. So there it is, coming in the middle. And so I cut over here.
Junction box.
And if you look at this box here, there is a junction box that's kind of. There we go. So if you look at this, I'm covering up with a red. Reggie and James are the other ones. This is mine with the junction box right there. Now, if there's a fresh bucket of plaster that's sitting outside in the hall, I was wondering what that was. And if you notice, there's fresh plaster that's put all around here. Now, they had put, there's a junction that goes off of mine that you don't see on Reggie or James's apartment. See those other two right there? No junction. I have a junction which comes over here. Fresh plaster put in, and goes right up here, right up in the front. What is that? What is that? So that's the question mark. And so I can find that out. And as you were saying, if I turn off the electricity at night.
When you hear that noise,
if I hear it home,
worried about that noise,
right?
Just come over here and turn these all off.
Okay.
And if the noise stops, you know that's fed off of here.
Okay, awesome, thank you. And then, is there another way? Because
you could say there's been electric work done here. You could go to the city, say there's been new electric work done here, and you want a safety check done because it probably wasn't permitted.
Okay, that's a great idea. That's a good idea. So I'll get DBI on it, right?
Yeah, and just be like, hey, I want them to come and look. There's a new line that I didn't know was being put in, and I want to see where it goes.
Exactly.
And the city might be able to do it.
Okay, perfect. That's a great idea.
City building department inspections.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Don't want to disconnect it?
As long as we're taping it while we do this now, because I have to have some evidence that this actually occurred.
Well, you're going to see it right now. All right, so I'm Kevin with Bay Electric. We're going to take off the cover to unit 884, check the power, make sure the power is going straight to his unit and nobody else's unit. So here's how we tell.
New cover plate, isn't it?
Huh?
New cover plate and new
cover plate, yeah.
And those look new too, compared to the old stuff in this house.
So this is not your pipe. This pipe is going to another unit. This is 884, and we're going to mark it.
Okay.
Then we have another conduit that somebody tapped onto his unit. See that?
Mm-hmm.
See, this is somebody tapped onto yours.
Yep.
All right, we're going to disconnect it today because it's not his pipe. And let's check. Here's what we should do anyway.
Check this
Let's
out.
disconnect it and see if anything
Yeah,
goes down
right,
your
right,
unit.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, you want to do that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna cut it.
Oh, well, can you just undo the wire nut?
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Let's just cut it because I might not be able to get it back on. If I cut it, I can put it back onto here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right, let me get some cutters.
All right. And do you need to turn off the? Or is it already off?
No, I'm gonna kill it. I'm just gonna cut it. You're sure it's not your unit, right?
Yeah.
100%.
100%. This is under it's under my fuse box. All this is under my fuse box. That's what the PG&E guy said. So it's mine. This is
Yeah,
mine.
this is your conduit. This is your conduit. This conduit doesn't belong to your unit.
Right.
So it might have been like that forever. Do you know this? This is an old conduit. This isn't new. So they didn't just put this in.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me see something.
Is that live? No.
Of course.
Oh, well, why didn't you turn it off?
I don't need to.
Trying to get something. Yeah, if you zap yourself. How long have you been doing this?
25 years.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Now, and then we're going to check your unit.
Yep.
See the spark?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's terrifying me.
Now that just killed whatever that's going. Then we're going to go up to your unit and check to make sure everything's working.
Now, what's that other white one in there?
Huh?
The white one that goes in.
That's
the
still
out.
there too. Okay, so if everything in your unit works,
Yeah.
now they're going to come down and try to turn on the breaker. If it's, you got it?
Yeah. I know. I won't catch them.
Huh?
I won't catch them red-handed.
They're going to be like, oh shit, our power died. How come?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
But see, I don't think they use it during the day. I think whatever this is, they use it at night.
Huh?
Because,
Well, it doesn't matter, day or night. They're going to use it.
but I mean, they may not notice it right now.
Huh?
It's it's whatever whatever that machine is they're running
People
every
do
night.
it day and night. They don't care.
But the machine thing comes on at night. There's like a hum.
So before
It's new.
Let's go to your unit now. Now, if your unit something's dead, then they're not tapping.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, I
Because
do.
these look new. Those wire nuts look new,
They do.
right?
Mm-hmm. Compared to everything in this building? Yeah, absolutely. Those were just put in.
Right.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So let's go to your unit, and everything works, and that means that they were tapping.
Yep.
You got it?
Yep.
Somebody was tapping.
Totally.
Hold on.
Oh, did you need... Oh, those screws are for the outside.
These are for the panel. So this is 884. This is 884. All right. And then over here, let's mark it over here.
Well, this one was 2,
Huh?
right?
So this is you too. 884.
I'm just going to close this back.
Right. And then here, you always want to mark 884. Middle one, boom. Okay. So now, everything should work in your apartment. So you're 100% sure, right?
Well,
We're gonna find
not to say 95%. I've been around
I mean, your
before.
bill went up. Did you get anything
Totally.
new?
No.
Like, did you get a new space heater?
No. Like I said, I took the stuff out. I had on my servers that ran 24/7.
How much was your bill before? How long did you have the servers?
Since I've been here, 5 years.
Okay.
So the guy at PG&E compared my bill to last year at the same time, and he said, last year you didn't have a spike. It's double like what it was last year, and he's like, so this is all. He's like, that's definitely new. He's like, there's a new spike. I said, well, yeah, and it coincided with my fuse box
When
blowing.
did it happen?
That started about a month ago.
Well, it's winter.
At this, no, but it's the exact same time.
I don't know. Fuses started blowing.
Well, they would
all
come
the
down.
time.
They turned all of them off. It was the neighbors upstairs, and they would run up the back stairs, but they would flip all these off. And I kept thinking they were doing it as a prank. That's why I called the police. But then I'm like, no, they were doing it to wire that in.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing.
All right.
You know? So it's like, it wasn't a prank.
So instead of like, why don't they just tap into their box?
I thought it was just a prank.
Why don't they just tap into their box?
I mean, they are trying to get me on
Well, if your stuff's dead right now, then they didn't tap.
Yep.
So you don't need to call the police.
But I'll tell you right now. But the police are coming. They're on their way.
Well, they don't have to if there's no tap.
Yeah, right. Well, no, but there's other parts that I need to talk to them about, the harassment and the cats and stuff, because they've already had the reports about all those. I mean, I have like 25 some odd reports of stuff that they. Yeah, right here.
This is too. That's why this fucking pipe was here. Oh, man, this is. Hey, oh, shit, yeah. Hey, look at see that, please? It came from there. We will move the pipe from there to there. See that? The pipe from there, we moved it to there. Yes, I did.
I would take care of it. You gotta get.
Don't do it right now.
Okay, go get.
Okay, so here we are, we're repairing the electrical piece. And so the panel, what's interesting is that the panel that had the tamper-proof screws on it now have regular screws in there. So they are not, so someone has removed the tamper-proof screws and has already replaced it. So someone has been in there already, obviously. And then now there's still like one wire that runs from the conduit. So someone has been in there and has changed it since the Bay Electric guy, but I want to get a picture of it so that we can compare it to the pictures that we took before. But I'm not sure we'll see it exactly. Wow, wow. Can I get a close? Let me just get a little bit closer. Look, let me look. I need to get a picture. Okay. So I just want to look and see. So right there are the screws. They're regular screws that are put in there, and not the tamper-proof screws. They also have a wire that comes out of the conduit. It looks like only one wire now comes out of the conduit instead of two. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to see. Is there only one wire that comes out of this now?
That's it.
Just one
Yeah.
wire?
Well, 2 wires. You need 2 wires, and that goes directly to your room upstairs. That's what that is, right here. This is it.
So there were, okay, but there's 2 wires that go through this.
That's right. That's right. And the other wires come directly from your sub panel, not from anybody else's. There's
No.
nobody else's in there.
No, I know, but this used to go into the one next to it. You see what the plaster is?
I can't
But
say, but I can
but
tell
yes,
you.
yes,
I can
that's
tell you
right.
that this goes upstairs to your room. That's what they
Yeah.
were beating on, right?
And it used to, and the wire also goes to the porch. The porch, which you've now rewired, but it
That's-
goes.
yeah,
no,
there's-
no,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that's where it used to be,
Yeah, could
right?
be, could be,
No,
I don't know.
but
I don't know.
No, I know you don't. No, I'm just saying that's where we
Okay.
recorded it last year.
Okay.
So someone had moved it. That's how I know someone had moved it.
Right.
And so now I also know somebody went into it before because those screws were replaced. Yeah. Wow. It's amazing those screws were replaced. That's the most telling thing right there. So anyway, I'll